Hi, thanks for tuning in. This is Katie Lawrence. I'm a real estate agent and a real estate investor in the Colorado Denver area. Today's video is going to be all about changing careers, going full-time into real estate. I'm going to give some tips about a few things I think you should do before making the leap, because I actually did this several months ago. So one of the first things I think you should do before going full-time into a career change or into full-time into real estate is dip your toes in first. Find somebody that you know who is an agent or who is in the real estate capacity in a way that you want to be. Find a fellow investor or again, an agent to see if you can shadow them for a day or two. Ask them if you can go on a ride along, or if you can go on a walkthrough of a property, to see if you even like to do this. See if you can go from an agent perspective to see what they do in a day, see how they're getting leads. Ask them a lot of questions. If you can dip your toe into this new career, especially real estate, you want to pursue, you'll get a taste of what the days look like, what the tasks look like. Because for myself, going from a W-2 job to a real estate agent, it was very different. You are your own boss now, essentially. So you really need to understand what that entails, what you need to do in a day to make this new venture successful. So that's number one tip. See if you can dip your toes in to see if you even like this, by potentially asking somebody who's doing it a few questions and if you can shadow them. The second thing I would recommend before jumping into a full-time career in real estate or just a career change in general is to understand your current monthly expenses. Some things might change, like health insurance, but there's going to be fixed expenses. Cell phone bills, grocery bills, really understanding what you're spending currently on a month-to-month basis will help you understand a budget perhaps that you might need to implement in this new career change. Really understanding, again, the fixed expenses, the expenses that will not change. And again, understanding if you like to travel, making sure that you're building that in. Because in this new career, there could be dips and valleys of income. So understanding what you need as opposed to what you could cut back on is really, really important from a mindset perspective jumping into this new career. So number 2 tip is to understand your current expenses. The number 3 thing I would recommend before going full-time into a real estate career is to build up an emergency fund. My number 2 tip about knowing your expenses really goes hand in hand with this. If you build up a emergency fund with, I recommend 3 to 6 months, even longer, potentially 6 to 9 months. Having those funds in the bank before you go all in will really give you peace of mind. I would recommend going in with an abundance mindset, knowing that, you know what, I'm going to give this my all and going to find ways to make this work. But when you're building a business, it could be very slow going for the first few months. So making sure that you have that runway, that emergency fund in liquid form, is really going to be important from a mindset perspective and from a success perspective. You want to make sure that you are not constantly stressed about money, which we're all working on, right? So third tip is to make sure that you have a 6 to 9 month emergency fund in place before you make the leap. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like it, subscribe to the channel. I made the leap into a full-time real estate agent and real estate investor several months ago. So I am right there with you if you are thinking about making the leap. These are tips that I've implemented that have really helped make this transition successful for me. So thanks for tuning in, and talk to you later.